If you don't follow Sierra Network, you gonna say within a year, because we did try for build the bridge. We don't build and don't save. Between the diaspora and Sierra Leone. And when at the diaspora, we touch one person. You don't touch we all. So anytime we case kinkanaya, we know they take them lightly. Another case don't come now with table. This trip, finger they point by the Inspector General of Police. The case then a court now. Eh? No, the case now you a court too. They don't find lawyer for the case. They don't find lawyer for the case. I be talk to the brother we concern. He be able to explain to me what thing happen. And this now what thing he tell me. He ship a 2011 RAV4, Toyota RAV4, go salon. When they don't clear the motorcar down na the ports, the motorcar na be for sale. In sister post on Facebook, say motorcar dey for sale. Somebody call in sister, say, oh, the motorcar still available? He say yes, the motorcar available for sale. He say okay, somebody then a Moriton. We want this motorcar. Then plan, when for goodie. Then go, then reach na Moriton Junction. The person come meet then say, na me una be the talk na the phone. Eh? Okay. Let we go na Seabird. What to see coach you? Seabird. Let we go there. Now, the person we want the motorcar day. Okay? Then go na Seabird. Then tell the sister go with her husband. So this man be asking, I can join you now inside the motorcar. Let we all go na Seabird. Then say yes, can inside the motorcar. They all drive, then go na Seabird. The person come down, then park, na the parking lot there. The person come down, he go inside. Then wait inside the motorcar. When the person they come on and do back, he come with one Lebanese guy. They say his name na Shaban. And he come with another guy, where his name na Abubakar. So na two person there, na then come with the third guy will be saying that they communicate na the phone. Eh? So Shaban, when the Lebanese guy come, he walk around the motorcar, examine the motorcar. Then he ask the man where the sister in your man, he asks and say, now you get the motorcar? The man say, yes, let me get the motorcar. Then the guy go inside back, and see coach. This now waiting the person explain to me now, they tell you. Okay? The guy go back, now see coach, he go inside. He go with the guys then back. Not too long after, one party guy then come back when Abubakar. And he ask the sister in man, when they all two go with the car, say, give me the key. Shaban say, for can't take the key. And the man say, what thing they do? How you go can't take key? Why for give you key? Yeah? It's another give you key. So, He go back inside the building. He not get the key, go back inside the building. Then he tell the man, he say, well, call Shaban. Call him. Call him here, they go inside back. The sister, a man, father and go inside the building. Where he go there? Shaban say, he no give $6,000 to that other guy. That guy will be the call. We make the contact. He say, he don't give $6,000 to that guy there. So, make them get the key. And the man say, me and you talk price? Me and you even negotiate? Me and you even do business? For make you can't tell me, say, you don't give $6,000. So that you get to. You can at the motorcar. You ask me if na me get the car. Don't tell you say yes. You do business with other person. Don't you say me for geeky? The go kind inside. Fet kind inside. Police get for end up coming inside the case. And then be able for grip that Abubakar. They all go to the police station. And I Congo Cross police. They ask the sister for come with the motorcar in document. A Congo Cross police say they want for make copies of the document for put on a file. The sister can go, they make copies of the documents them. A Congo Cross police. That same day, the Abubakar would be old. The Abubakar would be old. In be in a jail. Be in a cell. For 4 days. So, after they don't talk, and the LUC call them. Say, well, Shaban say he want for give the balance money for the motorcar to the sister. Other 6,000. And the sister say, first of all, you not give me money. So how me go can accept balance money? Who that you give the first money to? Not to me. So I know they accept them. So now so the case take come out Congo Cross police, reach CID. Okay? The LUC, according to waiting and tell me, the LUC say, in non fait for me then is this thing, you know they is, and in they get call from the IG, in they get call from IG concerning this case. Since in don't try for me then solve and then just take balance money, the people are not agree, so let them go na CID. So the motoka Abubakar will be then a cell. They all go CID. The motoka been packed na CID. And then the motoka be packed where they reach there. Then take statement back from everybody. They ask back for the motoka in documents. Then count them back. Then self make copies than CID. But when they reach CID now, then we get for bail Abubakar. Then bail him. Then the motoka been packed in a CID compound for some days. But as I read this to you now, I explain to you. The motoka, not the CID again. The one then we get the motoka, they go CID, they not see the motoka. They not see the motoka. Who side the motoka be packed in a CID in order day again? And the same thing will be happen over to the LUC back again. Then they ask the sister, say, make it take the balance money for the motoka. The sister, they say, they take balance. They take her. Because in advance not to Indengi. Why for can't take balance? Abubakar in the call, you know, say na be dey na cell. In the call, they beg. Say, Dia, let the sister there hold the balance money, let him not go Parema road. And now, Shaban, according to Abubakar, Shaban don't increase the money, say, well, he go make the money now 9,000. Because the motoka, now 12,000 in the seller. $12,000. Shaban claims, say, he give that other man where they not see we loss $6,000. So he's saying go give the balance 6 to the people and they don't agree. So he come, he don't increase the money to 9,000 and still not agree. Now the motoka self not the CID again. This case don't get foot for almost 3 to 4 months now. Na CID. The officer in charge say in the wait for make DPP advise him. So what thing themselves do? Then go legal aid. So for seek legal advice, the CID say he need for talk first to the IG. So the IG name don't can say back. The person where they deal with this na CID say, you know, they feel well. Now na Wednesday we pass so. He get for go hospital. So then for come back Thursday. Then go there back Thursday, they no meet her. Then say, you know well, you know they can't walk. The IG name, they play by this case. Say Leone police. Because the last day on a vex pawi. Say we see there is something for diaspora. Wait till and tell we na no more they take. We not can go ask una. We don't lay on a table. We go reach out to una media. For make we hear from una own side. But na this we hear. So the motoka, we don't lost na CID. Na safekeeping. I hope say, we na don't hear you don't lay on so na table. Where we go ask, we go get answers. Because the one they carry motoka, they don't copy the motoka in paper or two side. Then copy on a Congo cross, then copy on a CID. And the people they not bigi Shaban or the other man we lost, they not bigi them paper. So if anything come pan paper business, CID and police go get something for say. Josephine Tucker in say Congo Cross Police. Now one of the correct police station in a salon. He say one guy they wouldn't call Dumbuya. He said that they own in a landing the grab. Okay. Oh. Dumbuya. And so then say you name the play. Where you touch one, now the diaspora, don't touch we all. We don't want this. We don't want them. Justice for be served. If this explanation why I give so, how the people then connect, the motoka connect? If you come, you ask say na you motoka. You say yes. then you go do business. The man where you say get the mutuka no didi. But we dey wait for you from the police in your side. We dey wait for you from the police in your side. And as I dey talk this story, a lot of people don't contact me now. Triple, this way they explain so it happened to me relative. Boaki Sano. He said they even beat him. He said inside this case here when they talk so, the CID officer, himself be involved. Other person back again. Say, same thing happened to a relative. I tell her, say them put the Motigana witness protection program. I did tell you. Seriously. Because the motoka not supposed for loss. Unless if na safekeeping then do. Jerome say this case he get it. Who will go bet now? If the case get it, who do I go bet? And sometimes they can make we feel not welcome in Sierra Leone. People them from the diaspora. Sometimes, true. And now so they can make we feel. Ezekiel say, I win see, not carry you motoka to Baya. Make the buyer can meet you. Now your own place. Okay, and go. Make them can meet you. Jerome saying get case with Salone police about land. Hey, Salone. Now Saturday. James King say, if the one the way they investigate and CID, they wait for advice from the police commissioner, then they're not fit for do their job. All right. We don't learn a lot of things at the table. Let we get Usfend. Let we hear waiting on your summary for today. Welcome on board, Usfend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks for the time for bring up all this information to we and the source. Thanks to our listeners. This issue of the week, especially from last week, the final in an issue where you look at the public service, looking at the service to the public they get from public servants. And then you kind of say, well, the civil servants them, which are their own political activity, or they need for get a political activity for go, or you know was civil servants with political activities. Look, because here is the activities where the politics they bring, and then when they get one day what they say, then they do the functions on behalf of one of the civil servants. But we not say most of the developing countries, especially in West Africa, don't they get a problem of getting well trained and professional civil service system. So because of all this professionalism, we don't lack them, they don't even get ethics and standards, because of certain reasons that we don't cause this the last few years. And especially for we on Salone, a case study where in the final say, after that one, the civil servants, then some of them get for travel out. Not to all of them, some of them flee. Or then some of them become pressurized. So all this being therefore bring a shortage of reliable few civil servants, wherein you go see the one that will sabi particular in terms of professionalism now, that the one day we get the sabi for do certain areas for develop, if I now say they not be there too much. So what even happen? People when they left while that system they can't transition to peace, let the place quiet one or day, then try for regain the ground for say, well, we now left, now we don't pay this, now we look after the ground. So what they do in return, then begin to look out for ways for obtain all the position they are in civil service. But we know say in most areas now the civil service now government can members and ministers they try for elect them. And then you can also get the one way the sector of the government of the day. Because the parliament then they back the one with the parliament they because they kind of the overall and they get the one that they can elect. But these areas of election and the method where they go now for select them, that day you see they begin to lose out within the act and the way what they for do. If favors them what they for do for letting no go discriminate somebody. In other words, the duties where they for avoid the civil servants, then not for able to say would they discriminate you or would not they do this job because of this, or you will not they favor you, like an example now, because you come on in Europe, so then they get money. So that side they left them because then they able for say now we not will become impartial, but we get for work with the government of the day. But in most cases it can become different sector. The working with the government for the day, you get the one that will come with them on professionalism, you get the one that will get attitude problem at the areas of civil servant, but it be said the Lord the day, it go after but it get a behavior. So all this give account bring a problem because people in the chase their jobs there. Then look out, see the guy they talk say jobs and we now technical jobs and we now jobs that we need for like qualify for understand they're shorting at the market. So what in they happen now? Then they only go for these areas where these jobs in the day, when are the civil servants, because the area where industrial not they work, farming area, something they go work there go, or other offices them where they create areas of jobs where are the private sector. So now that gap there, if I now see the developing countries then lose that point there, and some of take the advantage, like I said, that's so till your people and not been there, they the way they lay the ground, and then you get one day where the veteran are one of the human resources. So you will see at some point of this transition after Jack Abba bring the peace, then there was another government we can't say this, then try to put the first time the human resource. But then the stage now if for now, this human resource system will affect people and when a civil servant, now it will get for structure so that we will able to know how then they go about for doing when an African based system based on real culture. In other words, would they know their problem? Would they know how to vet them? Would they know how then they go about for finding results? So people and they do this. So we'll put that system in place. When then the kind side would affect them to that side. But you find out the strength where the human resource gets, they can't lack because of what in? Because the government at the initial stage, if I don't look, they say now they don't lack digital and online or whatever you call them, information storage. They not get them, they not get other system, they want a technical thing. Even though that's not one of the effects, but then one way that because they keep a track of information, digital is about paper, you write them, you just say the easy and chance they for let you go always forge them. So they all know the system. So you come out to the area because you see then they look reliable, fair, or then they accept the system for the day or not the government of the day. But now both things they work here. The system of the day when we don't mix, then they get the system of the government where can pack extreme thing when they will get a cover under, then they get forget that the defaults the way they find out see. Then no go do their duties. Then you know they see waiting actually the public they expect them follow them will show if na fact usai true day and usai trust them for day then they separate in different way because now you look at an case study again still na the area of this education system wey come if as when they kind of the media then the every stage where they miss. They find out say the public don't take them. Then they always find something for put and they as a cap. So now in the system like how they say all they try to forget the umbrella of unknowingly taking a course where you they're not being recognized in take one. So but you can't forget the data because if the data been there, you they get a periodic review of workman them. Now they make them, they pull them from one stage, then carry another stage. It's not review because they're not going to just promote you without no review system. See, they go to grade 1 or different grades. So these are the areas because the system they work, the human resource they records digitally, then the vet system out in the camp, and then you get now the one the way they work with, in police in them. You get the police with the authority, you get the NRA and all them were because now they bring in the feed how people then they live in the society, rather than they can't pay the insurance or registration of births and then how then the human resource they work with that one day. But the online system, if you know they will not structure up, that's how it not default. So you get can bring now the ACC, and the ACC go carry now, then go get 1, 2 different versions, and they try for work maybe likely or really for the government of the day, and then go work again with unknowing the culture where is the inside our system, wherein you get first of all the most senior civil servant, the owner, this permanent secretary, where they go there, they understand the system, and they are always not being moved because of the technology what they behind that one day, and they get the civil servant, they only work maybe in fear now against say something already no go. So all these ideas are based. So but because of you, the SEC don't understand how the so-called human resource they work, how then they get the grades, if then they review, or how they able to pay you, then if you don't have a kind of that part, then always you will always find an excuse say now this side are the cover. But the only sign I believe say they're not able to try for can leave that thing there because we don't find out say the opportunity. We don't see and now see now the struggle for learning them go able for showing the actual fact. Oh, we're able for sitting at this and they go on. So the only thing now, they only get different platform because the justice is there on the one side, then they try for say criminality there and there, then they talk about the crime, and then they talk about civil law. So then they put them in different factors, say not a criminal thing, or this now is civil mistake, or this not a civil crime, now a civil mistake. But if they say it's a civil mistake, then you for don't know how you will do the technicality for correct that mistake. Because even if it's a mistake, there is an error. Because you get the intent for go do this, you for don't know the procedure. For see when I do this, I get forget accreditation. So you don't go blame sin at the government because people this different way for do scan. Then get the other one where you go even say they go buy certain documents for proof saying you make this this paper here. So that you go, so then get all those kind of cartel groups. So you get to know how you go on because when you look still, because this, you look a bit lengthy at the discussion today, they come because of 10 years ago we see Tanzania. Okay, they've been get something similar. All right, this man don't go do it. Then there is not too long. This same person come, he gets the flag down Liberia. Come with document TEC, hold on, and then at some point they release. Now say, okay, I will just open this. They can't see this open. So you go begin to find out now you as somebody with a case study. While you do this, you want to know the trend. Because nobody knows they're not trying to know the trend of this thing. It's not a cartel because they don't go pressure them. They get money more because more than thousands of people in Uganda. So they begin to move their business other side. Because all this you get for studying them. How time process they go, how the pattern of crime they go, and who that they involved, and then how I go able to solve them. What it make them people are begin to go this way. Now the culture system will be done day. Then the other one now they come to the individual, the way this one they come over and see they know their land, they're able to fit these jobs, they qualify. Then again, because of sometimes they don't fulfill all what they visit for go preserve them, then go and then go secure the place. The one they will qualify, sometimes they will come and block them, begin the sugar procedure and other things. And then I think you will see the competition they there now, wherein then go refuse now for deliver the message website they don't know because then go fit maybe but it not go fit the side where in qualification they follow it go spread them or it go there because the fear say tomorrow if I not do this it not go work. So all this it comes to the way elemental civil servant they go able for show we what them go do because as long as they try to say but or it's a big but and a big but you can always say that the big but would be this now we see every day at the trend. Either we relate and say the person a criminal, the other thing, but because the shadow government did it, who are the civil servant, they not they allow them for let them go sack them, or they not they review certain things and what they do between the relationship and the minister. If paper on a development paper, what the Inga for do they? You see the SEC, the anti that the OIC, where been there that if what I mean do. So you see some minister they mean get for command day only because that technically say, oh now the permanent secretary. And then the permanent secretary because he know a time when on the system, me not they try for be genuine, me not they try for make let thing fine. I just fix it like the system. And I show I go able to survive and open this, we make us survive. Then you see how things will work out well. Development not will go because in I understand the system past the other one because the technicality is enough for pull up. Or the processing at the minister enough for do it. So that thing they get for look, even though I know say people and they recommend, I don't know if those places are recommended, like where is it say we recommend this, we recommend it because they say we don't recommend technical things them. But the technical things you get for know how they do them. If they do them online, other things when they say how they call so-called procurement, then they go online now and they show them what's the new price, what they do. You get for look the other loophole, but if you don't look the loopholes, we are the civil servant when are the main body and the main character where they perform this, they're not showing a characteristic feature of our society, but like this, we able to do. And we as mortal man, we not able to behave as we say. So you get two separate things. You behave what in the law tell you, and then you get the character what you get. So your character and the law, now you work with. But if your character and the law, what did they, they work? Now Friday say you, the law say you get for arrest person intelligently. But because of your character, you they pressure the law and then you put your behavior, they pile the whole society, you as a policeman, you as a civil servant, you as this. Now that one the government therefore they look a lot. While they do their meeting there, they do a structure there, they only build so bring them then therefore they look into them thing there because some of the things it will be very easy for them with them because now they don't they come where they self don't shame, they don't they say the truth again, except the one now we neutral is the one we bring up. The case come with the hand with that whistleblower. But the technical and they can't even when they come, they can't be what they call statement they're metaphoric for say they show you. They ask this the other that's now hot seat, yes. They say, well, now only sickness what they bring to you, now you can go diagnose forget malaria. And then the other person, if you want to argue, I go tell you, not to all sick, because picking go out sick, you know they ever tell you say get malaria. So what's in the house have you about picking a pediatric, they go test it, kind of the church belly, then get sign at the left and the right, then they feel it, then get in the feel and they know say, yeah, you get malaria or you don't get infection, that the liver is placed. So I just say that for sure no more. See, there are differences in some of the argument because when they bring this argument, then they fail now for say, would the police complain them and the board they for finished product, they happen. The policing, the one they would see, the policing, the one they can't do. The policing overall is the government who they say the institution they were responsible and do. But one they hope say permanent secretary, then get for look out, then they work in that country. These are the shadow government who know they see and who know they know what thing they go on. Now they the problem in there, and then the one they now they find out they kind of branch civil servant. Now they all this issue they who believe say if you know don't get good human resources, then we will get a diverse society who will help go before. Thank you very much for giving me the platform, and let God continue for help. We will lead us them the one day we did before, then therefore say we don't come up on colonial style, but the colonial style permanent secretary and left GUI. Actually, so everybody say P2 system would have left the way, but we're not even for at that time to wheel system for develop because they bring all this and then bring back that civil servant system. More than for day was in a then they give messenger work for the civilians them then waiting they need. I will now for make them for cook for them and make them design and give them. But it is not happening yet in a way for green development. Thanks very much. Let God help the leaders and let God help the nation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, us friend.
Yeah, welcome, yes, sir.
Yeah. It's Saturday. Want to say thanks to us friend. We start a little bit late, but we open the phone line now. The phone line open now. If you get anything for say, because Saturday, now they open one. Eh? If you anything, you don't time this. If you're watching on Facebook, the numbers in the scroll and the green section of Facebook. The numbers in the scroll, 232 78990 Then a WhatsApp. If you want for call a WhatsApp 232 78990 Then a WhatsApp. Or you can call direct United States or United Kingdom. United States na 1-646-610-3107 1-646-610-3107 or you can call United Kingdom 44739-803-0402. Look now the Facebook, the green section, the numbers and the scroll. You did live on here, your name and inside the call from please.
Yeah, this is my Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 5 minutes, sir.
Well, I want to thank God for this day, for this wonderful day, and thank everybody. But thank you also for this program. So many things don't go on during the week, especially the fake degree there. Well, they see this thing normal. If some people they take make a joke, but not a joke, because this thing left for affect the genuine one, the self. The one there where self get the genuine one there, where opportunity will come for them, maybe for go outside the country, can oversee America, London, Australia, where will be a question mark on them. Then only they make all eyes good on that person there. They go maybe if you get opportunity for for work na UN for work, test them maybe test where they're not going to give uh people that maybe they're going to give way because you just come out Sierra Leone, you get your degree or whatever. They will put more pressure on the genuine one there. So now make the government, as the doctor may say, for let take step for fire them people that they will all know say plain example don't know say as two suspects that they first were all top position in other country. If not then kind saga that if now other country they suspend the first, go sit down first, they'll do investigation. They not go there they do work. It's not possible now oversee. It's not possible. Saga they on your head, they get BB buckets na head, they continue work, my friend. It's not possible. Now all this alone then thing they are happy. They just put it first na corner, say Padima, she done first. After investigation for fire, say you degree they're correct. With everything, they will state you back, pay you for all the time we sit down. But if you not for finance, they fire you, you pay the consequences. But Salon, they still the go, they still the work, and their name still they play every day, every day. And they still they make some decision the way they affect the country every day, every day. How we go before? They would cry for change. Them two people there when are they, the speaker, the whip or whatever his name is, and the police commissioner, na America or even some part na Africa self, we will that top position. How many that now you know big example. How many policemen self go do the way go to say but for boss get fake degree, what did they go do me? If you go sit down na corner, if for sit down first after investigation, then they can call you. But no, it not gonna happen. So no. So how will they cry for change every day? Not we they see us as joke, but not a joke. It they affect the those as they say they say now one rotten apple, then they affect all the good one there. The one now where we don't go suffer in a college, they don't spend 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, forget a degree, you don't graduate, you don't, you whole forget big international job, that big corporation job there, then pressure come, they go to begin the question in education. Who say you get up? Who say, you see? If in a test nowadays, okay, take test. Maybe all that pressure they go deep on that person, it will affect them mentally. You see? You see? Then the other thing back I see that now today the president go work na Guma Valley. What you dey go work at? You know the problem. You know the problem for fix and you dey go work. You don't go work at that many times. Not to Kuma Valley need the support where they get the need for supply water in that country there. Outside, it's just the go work at the talk about that. No, that not solve anything. But with the government need to take action on this fake degree issue because it tarnish a lot of good people there who don't work hard through God in grace. Don't empower them, they don't go through the 4 5 years course the school time and study. They don't go, the government may not affect them for the future. It will affect many people. That's not idea for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, caller, I did live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
I'm Lawrence Fox. I call from London.
5 minutes, sir.
Is saloon. I mean, this way disheartening and disgraceful self now the whole setup now the one that we supposed to stand as moral guarantors or make we get the confidence. One of which will be KK and enforce our statutes, which you mean say name and shame. I don't want name and shame, man. We're talking about using the law because Salon get law. Salon not to country we not get law. Those who are involved in something way a fraudulent activity for pay the penalties. Teachers were put on the cutting tree. Ordinary beggar man they put in a jail. And so people where they carry because Sierra Leone Corruption Act is you involving the act of corruption. I go to Ben Kelfala, I make some for you. I go to Ben Kelfala. The act of you supporting somebody where they carry on fake because you pay for the degree and you know say degree not something you pay for. They say then scam them. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. So it means they show say they're not even sincere. They're not even genuine self for go. You say let everybody do your audits in parliament. Say bring it. They're not sincere because if they want to start, they will start with parental hourly. They will start with the deputy speaker. I mean the leader of government's business. Look at the minister of information. I mean education. What did they say? So it brings to like the caricature like with a play. We're not ready for go before. You happen at Tanzania 10,000 and you see say the president ready for work. Matter you're not even take and see yourself. You are the Minister of Information. If I the quote, not to you the sales, they look at you program. The Minister of Information is saying what? The thing not they go away. I go away. It's a serious issue. Because Sierra they be so the we never forfeit corruption if we allow them fake degrees so for they continue to go on. Because when the person not even sincere to himself, I go be sincere to others. When the person they cook the system, what do you think? I mean the system bend so corruption is the order of the day. What you go tell the future generation? They're like a Boris Johnson right now in England. That COVID case, they go away until Boris Johnson go. Because what you go tell Pekin and say the first Prime Minister in England, we lied to Parliament, we still keep her. Now, you're waiting the minister to tell you, so we for evaluate. Evaluate what? Well, if you don't get first degree, or then you go add another fake. As long as you're involved in fake, that is fraud, that's corruption. And Salon law they make it clear. When you're involved in fraudulent activity, you see that people go jail. So now you make you see the order of the day in the country difficult because those who are put as people within their position all over the country, they're not fit to get them position and they're not they think rationally. That's also corruption and money because they get money for who spend $5,000 for get fake. So then they survive in fakeism. Salon they a lot of fakeism and the system not correct. The politicians are not serious for feta. The institutions are not serious to fight this corruption, these corrupt people. With the system now, then they limit the salary within the place to judge them. So in the case cancer, they're not going to take and serious. They can't the JC them. Very well. You did a very, at least into the 12th. The JC then said, we the people, the diasporans, that we will say we born a salon. Then get a clientele and just hate we. Now that much we don't see so. When you talk about that much we don't see so. People are say this now, an organization, they say, when they not see you come abroad. Now then they get and judge them back we involved. That lawyer we go take so now. Then they go down and courts all connive. The court case they will keep on for so long. That court case they will take over 3 years, 4 years. Are you against? Like Clatel. I get one Santos Macaulay. Santos Macaulay na conman, a lawyer conman. He go fake will. He get mind for fake will. He get people who they can sign for that fake will. Once they don't see you abroad, it will take 4 years, 5. Then get and judge them. When they come and talk to the cases are done. When they come out and talk to the cases are done. When they come and talk to the how do you get investors for who invest in your economy? We are Sierra Leoneans for bring investors into the economy. How we Sierra Leoneans will get money for investors with salon economy when we've been duped? Go send goods and services and the customs and they go open the box there. Take what them want for take. Then the shipping agency will tell you, say, no, well, then shipping also will send so the anything loss and damage. What's it for? I say, what? I don't want to send a salon this no. Because I want to for Epsilon man them will make life easy. We in a tax at the peso. Then when they go open the box, the people that want to get it in the customer and the chifa. Sierra need overhauling. It is very, very disgraceful. The president, one of the Sierra Leone presidents said, no, this is a very serious issue. When they talk about fake, that is corruption. Parliament is corrupt. But that's how they mix so. Because if you the KKY, they tell me, say them for just name and shame. Then the policeman and the involved in corruption, they must come back. The LUC, they don't say the LUC and Congo course involved. This they involved, that they involved, the custom involved, the judiciary mess. So Salon would they be enforced so? Not to just now, they were open their mouths and they can't tell them, what always want to compare America and Salon. What's it happen in America? What's it happen in America will never happen in Sierra Leone. What's it happen in England? No, England, it says the possession of a fake documentation. Where you not get a reasonable reason. I can understand if you want to get, let's say if I want to feel good, I want to make a PhD. Government will agree, so okay, the government institution will say, okay, take fake degree. Then also now, institution, they pay tax. It's legal. So I get a paper, they laugh, they go, they laugh, say, we'll pass paper, and the docs are fake folks, they laugh. When they call, or the society can look at you and call you doctor if they want to. You can call your master's holder because they'll look at you, they want to. You presenting a fake document for getting the advantage in the office, that is fraud, and that is imprisonment. And Salon law tell you so when you commit a crime, when I'm imprisonment, then can follow they all get the fake degree. They all get her. They want begin being I'm not talking about politics, I don't care about politics. It's not about politics, it's about cleaning the Sierra Leone society. Sierra Leone society don't see, it smell, it stink, it don't. That me when I Salon, I'm not get my for go invest. And if we not go invest in a salon, how salon they go before? And if we not take some afford that they go take country, so Lebanese, we don't involve politics in Lebanese. The next one I waiting for Laman. The way they make sure that they allow the Lebanese and the Fulaman, if we not take them, that country will go the next step, who they meet Lebanese and Fulaman, and they will not take over the one country. Because they when are the one that is successful, they're picking on the salon, they're picking in their board. Thank you, Tripoli, for giving me this chance.
Thank you very much, Lawrence.
Like you're supposed to have a chance here. Thank you.
The line really hot, but no worry, if you don't call we will return the call back to you, yeah? The line really hot. If you don't call we, no worry, we will return the call back. Yeah? So just stay put. We will return the call back.
Hello?
Yes, you there live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Good morning, good evening, Triple A. This is Israel Papa again.
Israel Papa.
Long
Okay,
time,
really
long time.
long time, but I guess I need you on Wednesday. Wednesday on Independence Day. We want to talk where did we go wrong. So therefore need you that day, sir. You get 5 minutes today.
Okay, thank you, Triple A. Let me turn this on the phone off first.
Okay.
I come today. Unfortunately, when I come back from America, you know, my sister been died. I mix up my numbers. Anyway, I come today because I don't follow up, or sometimes I can catch up late because I sleep early. Now, but tonight I am very interested in this your topics that we raise, especially this fake degrees business. It's a more serious than some of people they take up. But I was so disappointed with Dr. Alpha Woody, and that's really knocked me. And so when you come on today with the topics, I decided to phone you. I think see Dr. Alpha Woody being this is the second time, a second opportunity he don't get to become a minister of education. He got himself all mixed up for the last time with the Sababu project. I don't want to go into all that. But for the way he joke, you know, I make like a joke today, talk about, I don't know, yesterday or so, they talk about na cowboy business, na man business.
Man, yeah.
That to me is extremely disappointing for a serious boy schoolboy like that. We end up in sixth form grammar school, in that disabled grammar school. I am so disappointed with his attitude towards this thing. Look, Tripoli, first of all, I want to make a distinction here. We have to get in mind the distinction between, in this fake, between the properly awarded honorary degrees from recognized university and university were accredited. It is all over the world. And it's nonsense talking about online go recognize. There are recognized all the university degrees whether they do online all over the world. I have been in education now for over 30 years. Even the time when I work in bank, I was a lecturer. So when I retire the old time, I'm a senior lecturer now. I mean, there is this distinction. Somebody, they even the guy for getting the president. I said, first of all, I am so sorry for the president. I'm not a fan of him. Everybody know that. But I'm so sorry for him. These guys are disgracing this man, even at the bottom end, at this latest point. By the way, his honorary degrees are valid. The president's three honorary degrees are valid degrees. They are not fakes. It is it was the culture in Sierra Leone to honor the heads of states honorary degrees in the laws, and he gets one by which mean they happen. All the other presidents may get them. But he tried to change the culture by bringing somebody else inside. We in no good did it. Now, unfortunately, he go bring somebody else now. We again himself, I feel sorry for him. Sampa Kuruma. This is a man I know from a long time. Don't try for the country open, trust bank. He don't do so much. But unfortunately, he gets himself mixed up. He's putting doctor before his name, and his own honorary degree is not given, is not awarded by a registered academic educational institution. It's the publishing house where we give Uzu. It should not be using doctor as Doctor Idris, which is the man named the whistleblower say. It could still be Mister. There's a lot of Misters around when a chancellors. You don't have to say doctor. This nonsense culture of title we don't can touch in Sierra Leone. They even not go to the extent of bringing say engineer now. They put ING for those who are engineers. We're not looking within any side. So these fake degrees, it's a criminal offense. This is total deceit and fraud, and even to forgery. We don't even need ACC for coming inside. So we Ben Kelfa the try to play Saful because you know say young close people then get caught. So you want to whap your hand, but you don't get chance. There's no way you go whap your hand. The argument about this thing about advantage, no nonsense in the talk because his own act catch him. These people have gained advantage, and advantage is not limited to monetary advantage. Advantage is it also includes intangible advantage, intellectual advantage, respect advantage. The moment I call you doctor, all man they look you. That woman within a NRA, yes, she don't get her own degrees before you go there. But the moment you can become a doctor, all man they look, oh my God, a doctor. We get a sort of a idea for look person big. If doctor they cannot run, all man they run. That's extra respect. It's an extra intangible advantage. So make Ben Kalfan not talk nonsense. He's a lawyer. He's a young man who are like and so. Especially when I got my schoolboy as well. But it disappoints me. And the IG, in a two offenses he don't commit by now. So the head of CID for the arrest Suhula. He should have been under arrest by now. He commit two sets of crimes. This is which if I don't you will probably see me writing this year. This is a joint enterprise. Dr. We talk about the dengue rights to sue the people that will dupe them. What did Dr. Willie talk? Is more intelligent than that. This is a part and they are part and parcel of the same crime. It's a joint enterprise. The man will go pay, it will become a witness against the man we give. Now they ought to know. The law says ignorance of the law is no excuse. These men of ignorance, they deliberately paid for a fake degrees. Parental will not get excused. By now, Trabas will not suspend them. The parliament, and we're not going to wait for parliamentary. commission or whatever they may do. The CID should have been working under the Theft Act or Sierra Leone Licensing Act of 1916 and also the Forgery Act of 1913 of Sierra Leone. We don't have to wait for ACC. ACC get their own provisions. Now the ACC will come with their own procuring an advantage. That's a different law. We get enough law to arrest those people. And all of those people working in the top places, top areas, they should have all been suspended by now. Police should arrest them. In this country, when the House of Parliament, members of Parliament were involved in some claims for benefits, and they find they were wrong, someone gets sacked, someone go jail. I don't see how we set an example with the Inspector General of Police, they commit crimes twice. It becomes a serial criminal. You don't do enforce now Dominion, he's saying go give the team back. Then you go do and back again. If you don't go thief, now people also say, but then K2, they say, well, I beg you, I bring them back to take the property back or thief. You still don't thief. The crime has been committed. So giving it back is nothing. The one who they say that denounce the thing and go return, they lie. They have already committed the crime. So they should be punished for that crime. And if they commit another crime like what IG Sowula do, he should be charged again. He has committed 2 crimes of the same thing. This is why I'm so disappointed. But let them let the president suffer. He not finished in PhD now, Bradford University, but he has been awarded University of Sierra Leone, University of Liberia, and Ghana. He's got 3 honorary doctorates. He not going to put doctor before his name, but in a tradition. And if I call names of people, they will now big man going back in history, where they use doctor on honorary degrees, then beaucoup in the world. Not only one force. That thing way arguable. Even Zainab Bangura, we former foreign minister, somebody really can't tradition them, they argue say no, you doctor my name. But that tradition, even if a child get honorary degree from Singapore or somewhere that kind of area. These are recognized universities. I think Zainab Bangura and Oxford set him in their own. So we therefore distinguish between the recognized, registered, accredited universities than those who are accredited but in proper institution, but they are not educational, like Sanfa Kumayun. Sanfa, not to fake, but he's not supposed to use them because he has not been awarded by an academic body. He has been awarded a degree, a recognized honorarium by a body which is non-academic. So technically, he's not supposed to put doctor front in name. He can still call himself Mister. He's respectable. Look what he don't do for the country, even though he gets some history. No, we'll not go into that. But he putting money back at the country. He get big man them. Late Pan, Code, they all start as in director of them. He form a bank, employ people. I can see what the mother bill do that by developing the honorarium from University of Sierra Leone and get to local people because he recognize the position. He has not finished his PhD yet. He can always talk and say he got 2 chapters to finish. So let me let this president on this issue. Maybe they talk other thing there. If you're the truth about the country, well, this and that, yes. But this president will get inside. The people that will get inside, they arrest them. I'm sorry, but now the police on that day. Yeah? Yes, sir. I'm for going, but I don't write a lot about this. But let people know. I mean, criminal offenses, parenthetically, should be ashamed of himself and in the leader of the SLPP in Parliament. I don't know what in Canada they do. By now, for the hearing voice louder than that, but unfortunately, it kike up. Anyway, I'm your position down tonight.
Thank you very much, Israel.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You don't call, no worry. We return the call. A lot of people don't call this net. We dey return on our calls them, eh? 5 minutes, please. We dey return the call. We'll call you now one shot. We'll call you now for answer. If you no answer now, well.
This is the Vodafone.
Okay. I'll call this person. You no answer. We dey go to the next one. But how the calls then come, and so we dey return the calls then. But how the calls then come, and so they return, yeah? Welcome on board. Your name and where you call from, please.
Oh my God. It's Ezekiel. We call from Oregon.
5 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much. Triple A. The thing we want to talk about now, the police then. This whole thing about waiting that person to go through about that vehicle, the whole thing, makes sense. Why something where a very simple, why we own people police then? Why they not defend people and right? This whole thing it be so simple. That Lebanese man give money to somebody where in trust. Somebody now make it take 6,000 according to a gear for let it buy a vehicle. Now the person not to for car with motokaturam, for car with motokaturam and document and hand over. Now, if the man they say they're not giving that money, they not even sabi the man, the police then come. Simple. With the document, look at the document. Would I get this motorcar and me get her? Okay. That for be the end. If you spend $6,000, you not get no hard evidence that you had. And say yes, you don't pay that money there. What is wrong with you? Why you for pay $6,000? So I don't even understand why the police then they circumvent this whole thing here. Then they make it so difficult for we people them. Why they say we people and the people away then not able to pass the money way then they pass to them at the top, forget them their right. This thing is simple. If they show up at that place, they hey Mr. Lebanese man, would I give the money? Now one man. And they are no. Okay, why they waste time with you the innocent people and I? Simple. Leone. This so simple country where they closer to we Liberia, you not get mind do that to a citizen in the country there. Something like that there. It's very simple. Why will not they do this for we people there? Why will not they even sit down and think about this? Feel I'm inside you. Even these fake issues who they go up and now moral behavior and I don't go. They know they make any good judgment upon themselves. Then they is very simple. If you be credibly spend your money, hope, believing this university, now accredited university, you don't go pay the money, and now you don't can find out say not to credible not to think for shame. Now a very simple thing. The people then don't dupe me. I've been go wholeheartedly believing that this is the university, now accredited university. Then tell me everything good, and they don't they exist in this country because Ministry of Education for don't even allow them for they tout out this name here for over 2 years. They know say that one education way incredible in the country. Why they allowing that name there for the fly around the country for over 2 years? Innocent people, some innocent people, then go pay their money. I've been a victim. I've been there back in Sierra Leone one time with CBS. CBS? Yes, College of Business Studies. Where they've been there at that place at that time. They've been the tell we say they affiliate now London. We all go there, and the education being good. We've been even challenge people in this place. IPAM challenge them. We've been push them na corners. We leadership been they kick them behind. Because we've been believing the same thing that we keep us so secretive. Few years later, no. Now they find out. Say I think 2001. Now they find out say they do not be associated with anything in London. The simple thing we therefore don't do, then that time they therefore don't register with the Ministry of Education because the education be good at the place, you know. And so the innocent people, them, the government can't to them defend because then the government be allowed for being at the country for how many over 10 years. You know? So if you been go inside the innocently, you not be know because you be there read the name, you go pay. And that's simple thing. Even if you there in authority, not to think for shame. Because you IQ, you know say you capable. Simple. Then don't dupe me. I've been go there with credible expectation and I do my hard work. Unless you not been do the hard work and now it becomes shameful for let you come out. But if you been do the hard work like we who been they do the hard work on CBS, you not go shame for come out because you IQ and you for defend your position is very simple, it's very clear. You can defend it anytime. You know. So this whole thing, moral and love for the country, now it don't disappear in leadership. It don't disappear in another country. They don't get no love for people. They don't get no love for the country. All they care about is how they for continue for enrich themselves. Say, now no more. It painful. Painful. Oh. If you want the way they want to show that love, then they muscle them out. The blame come back to the government in power because they always get the power for muscle everybody. Now una get the presidency, then they muscle everybody. So the blame will come back to una. So it was shameful for the minister of information for Sidoyan that say, oh, I don't know this. Oh, I don't know this. Oh. So why are you minister of information? Wait for the run down the information to we say about waiting at the latest, waiting at the run one and don't run after them people here. Now then they go ask you simple question. Oh, this year will be one will go away. Oh God. No, with the moral, with the example we want for set for the next generation. Everywhere, every office. That's all. Alone don't they? Oh, like a corner business, like rather man business na corner. Where you go, where you pass them, pass waiting them for pass to you. For Gambia, I've been there watch clips of hotels them, about tourism. For Gambia, I come then they come back and run past we. Yeah, then we una dey in authority. Una show some love. Come on, issue una for settle. Una dey push under the corner, una take money na people a hand. Then the person wey not able give you Alex if na get the right, una begin for cause problem for her. How una dey go na house and sleep where? How you go go na house and show love to your pikin? Then you dey suppress another man pikin. Why? And you feel say tomorrow that will continue for better for them. Even if then they na authority, even if then they na power, even if then they enrich themselves. Peace. It's not a heart. And that's not the worst thing. Sometimes you question, why are you alive? You get all what you get, but you not get peace of mind. And that I get for meet a lot of future generation of people who are in authority today. Then they see the truth, then they see the reality, then they still ignore and cause problem for somebody. Hey, some man not get funky, some man not get the power, but that's the way they go sit on that corner and cry. God is saying, you generation now get for make that cry in secret places. Why will not they? But you they cry all the time. Even if you get the money, even if you get the houses, you they go for go sleep, they sleep well. Why? Because you did the same thing. So people away that be need your assistance, the people away that be need the justice for work for them. When you yourself know, yet you ran them over. When I left this, help with people them. When I help with people them, and I make them put on a leadership. Thank you so much, Triple A. Let God help well.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. you don't call we, no worry, we will return your call. We return calls them. Of people that we don't call we. I will call you now one time more. If you no answer, we move to the next one. Do not return calls to two people that we no answer.
Automatic voice message.
Okay. I'll try this one more. I'll see if it is still going under.
Your call.
Okay. Okay, with this one. 3 people. I'll tell you, say, with a call back.
Hello.
Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and the call from, please.
They call from Philadelphia.
You get 5 minutes, sir.
All right, AAA. I think this thing is very easy for some. The president, I can understand, say he gets your honorary degrees then with the game, of course. As some one caller we don't say that culture, which we all understand. Me, I want president be for make it be the Magufuli of Sierra Leone. This thing so simple. Lay offload this problem, because this problem it become with good intention. The problem done so much than that. It need for offload. If they can't offload way to my name, therefore go back and go see that president today. But if they go, let it make sure that it gets good name. Make your offload them people there. They all are bad people in the government with fake dominion here, you dominion. That they all they run this government. Make your flow them. Get good qualified people and put in a position wherein they're going to evaluate them at the end of the day. And make it set up an evaluation committee. We could evaluate every ministry, waiting and they bring them. Because if you go put somebody in the person for taking no more, you need to bring them, no development only for any person and the people in the country. The blame they come back to the government. And at the head. I don't put all this load. They load too much. Make your float them. May see if the government not go take turn again. And for the aspect of the traditional things that we use for do, this we independent with the camp. It's not thing we always speaking like in March, then they go na stadium. I remember they go when they say independent, we can match from the schools there. They go na central, go na stadium, then go give we biscuits, nuts go biscuits, we eat and we drink, we sing the school song there, we sing the national anthem, we celebrate. The president make it just allow people to do that tradition. Like tradition we don't get. And I make it different. Say the country look somehow get stand still. Because all them traditional things they will be the do is like they don't encapsulate them in such a way that people are able to show them culture and I think we don't imbibe with we. They're not going to pull up we. Even if we they go na bombs, you see people then regardless of the hunger we then get the, but then still they come out for celebrate. See, yes, we that they come. And they get in that jubilant mood. Even when they're angry, then they understand they want for Siam because the blessing we God don't put pana. Make it allow people them back for go out. Even at the central side, make themselves go see, let them feel that spirit day. But all now they don't put them inside one bottle. For the IG on inside me they so na so. Like in final resign they resign self. From the day one with their thing they come out they resign. But the anti-corruption commission, they say, make them go investigate themselves. Hey, will be too street radio. Hey, we can't talk, bump, talk, then say, you go can't fight corruption. This now one simple corruption, way easy for fight. Then teacher will go put na 23. They want you get that power. The parliament we don't get that power. They power for prosecute. If they bring them come, put them up na 23. Then Sovula, then this the one man be say, in fact, the head of CID for don't arrest Sovula because na fake. He say, oh, I don't know. Ignorant to the law, not to excuse. You dey go pay your money, you be they attend the college. And you dey know say this college. You dey see, in fact, anything we not to authentic something we dey in a. You dey see the plan will begin to say when I pay for or make so, or we see say the thing they block. But then after that, you see open, you see block. So if you don't say not to authentic something, in fact, above all, you then an authority. But you know, go to ask say, I did not so university. They say now from Uganda, or when I plum tick or a mango tick university. If I don't know, so now me can I know they blame the president in the for see the president you know honorary. But you where you the Sovula, you the parental, you the leader of government business. Una they make the law. Then you know. Then you go. You take your money, ball one, you go put at the back. You don't ask. But you get your TC man, they say, hey, bro, I think that's also university. Now, authentic thing, if you don't ask, but you don't ask, they did it. Then you want come say, Dr. Wuri, they say, and remand something. If I disappointing word from a doctor way me know, a highly respected man. If the investigation don't begin, if we don't see the fire behind, so anybody will get it fire, it resign and not go to the office the next day. Say, this one gets not to the correct one. Make them put the right person at the right place. People now this may get Pia, make them people and their government continue for pursue them. Let President Bio be the Magufuli of Sierra Leone. Even if he get for the government for the next 5 years. Or they come out in the next 5 years, or this 5 year where the current selection we can get so. But make this one maybe the point in flagship program na education. And I'll be hold in high esteem saying that they don't also make you learn. Trust me, with the people of Sierra Leone, we not go forget her. We mind go still the day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, caller. Yeah. Let me see because we get few people. I be don't try for return call back. I be get few people where we don't call where they try for return call. So let me see if they are still available. If not, then we will come with Daniel with a sports update. I think so. We'll come with Daniel now with the sports update. Let me see if he is available. The fake degree in not get for go. This way should be parents so. It's in get for being any be no more. We get the chairman himself. It's in that pin. I don't know. But anyway, all the way from Edmonton, Canada.